Hey guys, we're going to give a tutorial for you tonight on setting up your pen testing lab. Now I did one already on how to fix the networking to work within your pen testing lab, but this will be how to set it up. And I've downloaded two files here already. This one, the VMDK, that's actually native to VMware, and the OVA is native to Virtualbox. Okay, so let's do the Virtualbox one first. You see I've already got quite a few in here, but you go to File, Import Appliance, okay, and then we're going to go to our desktop. Here's where our OVA is. Click Open and Finish. And now we have it loading up. It's going to pop in down here in just a moment. It's loading all the settings and the files and everything it needs right now. Pardon me. And the bigger the disk image is, of course, the longer this will take. But this one won't take too long. Now see, this is part of the reason I put background music in my tutorials, so you're not sitting there totally bored listening to silence. At least you got some music to entertain you. While I'm thinking about it too, if you find these useful, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons on the page, and you'll be alerted for every time new videos are put out. And come visit me on our Facebook group. Come apply for Hacker Quebec on Facebook. We'd be glad to have you. Be sure and answer the two questions. If you don't even attempt to answer those questions, your application will be denied. Okay? Simple questions. Just what country are you from? We like to keep track of where everybody comes from because we have members from all over the world. Just nice to know. And what operating system you currently use. Alright, so it's listed our appliance here that we've added. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and go to Settings and Network, and good, we've got Bridged Adapter already set up for it, so that's good. Okay, we should be able to hit Start. Here's our VM. I don't know why it's popping in way over there, but anyway, here's our VM. Oh, this one's CentOS. Interesting. I didn't read it that closely, so I had no idea what it was going to load. I just grabbed this real quick off of VulnHub. And VulnHub is where you can get all of these great images to work with pen testing. And in fact, I'll go ahead and show you while I was doing this thing there. It probably had a login listed too that I didn't grab because I grabbed it quickly. But if you want to, you can just go to Applications, Uncali, and at the bottom it has an automatic link. You can just click on it, and it opens right up. If not, you just go to vulnhub.com if you're on Parrot and you don't have that link, and you can go through all kinds of different scenarios here and just pick an image you want, click on it. Tells you all about it. There's the download link, and oftentimes if it's got a login and password, it'll give you the login and password here. Okay, and that's where I grabbed these, and this one I grabbed, like I said, it probably had a login and password. Let's see, we'll just try something just for the heck of it, see if that works. If it doesn't, we're not going to worry about it because we just want to go over loading it up. Like I said, I didn't bother to grab the login and all for it. I just grabbed it quickly for this tutorial. So that's how you load up your virtual machines. Okay. Now let's go and look at loading up one from VMware, which could be confusing to some people, but it's not that bad. Okay. So we're going to do New, and and that one's tech support clone, so we're going to call it tech support. Okay, and we're not going to select an ISO image or anything, and I'm not sure if it's OpenSUSE, so we're going to go all the way down here to, pretty sure it's 64-bit Linux. We'll go with that, so it's kind of generic. And we'll say next, and that's good. And yes, create a hard disk now. Let's give it 20 gigs though, just in case, just to be safe. And I'm going to say next, and we're going to say finish. There we go. Okay, now here's our tech support image that we've created. Now it's empty. I haven't imported anything yet. Okay, so now we're going to go to settings. Okay, now this is where it gets a little tricky. Okay, it's not difficult, but it's a little tricky. Come to storage here. Alright, now here for the VDI, the image under the SATA controller, you're going to click on that, and you have different options to add things. Okay, just like you have here for your controller IDE. Now watch closely what we do here. We can click on this and choose a disk file, or we could go to our image, which is what we want to put something in. Okay, and we can do the same thing, and we're going to tell it, and see it's got all kinds of here, even VMDK. So we go to desktop, there's our file, our VMDK file, and open. So now it just replaced that disk image that we're supposed to be using. You say OK, and then you can start it up. That loaded up pretty quickly. Now this one may have a login and password too, I don't know. Like I said, I grabbed them quickly just to have examples of two different types of image files. I didn't check for a login and password. But of course, if you're actually going to use it, definitely make sure you get the login and password if they supply one for you. Okay. One thing to note though, now once the machine's booted up, you do not have to have the login and password to hack the machine. You can still pen test with it. Because that's going to be the case on most systems you're working with. You're not going to have a login and password. You're just going to be hacking into the machine. So as long as it's booted up like this, like that first one, we don't have a login for it. So we could do the same thing with this one. I think this one looks like it has an auto login. Very possibly. It's thinking pretty hard. But anyway, that's how you go about loading up a VMware file, disk image, and a Virtualbox disk image. So you can load both. It doesn't matter which machine type, virtual machine software it came from. They're both a disk image. You just have to go through a little bit different process with the VMware image. Alright, so I hope you found that helpful. And again, I'm going to go ahead and close this one down very rudely because we just log in or load up, but I'm going to go ahead and close it down. I'm just going to go over this one last part real quick with you just as a refresher from the last tutorial. And your machine will have to be off for you to do this. Remember to check the machine, do settings, network, and see this one's on NAT, so we're going to put it on bridged adapter, and I use the Ethernet, so we're going to do that. And now it will be on our virtual network, our internal network, for hacking purposes. I believe this one already was set to that. Yeah, see, that one's already set. So, but that's all you need to do. Thank you very much. Have a good evening.